Okay, the survivors of last week and this week. You check, and then I had a long list, okay? Really a long list. And that is about 19, 20, that I say 20, including XRP, that I say, those are great. Those are really, really great. And then it dropped a little bit, and it dropped more, and it dropped again. And that's what we saw the last 10 days. And today we have a little bit peace. It went up yesterday, stabilized, all great. Some went a little bit more up and went a little bit down. Great. But what do you see? I mean, I say to people always, when crisis comes, keep it. That's my experience from seeing all kind of disasters in stock exchange that you say 89, 2009. Keep in mind that 9. It's every time it was bad, it went 30, 40% down, and it took 3 months to 3.5 months to restore. Why? That's because of the options and the futures and whatever. But you saw it restored. Always. No exception. So never step out when others are in panic. For nothing. Really for nothing. Yeah? So I had a long list, and some are really were very interesting, but yeah, I have still I don't know. When I see that a lot went 20, 30% down, and then some only 10, 15. And the 10, 15 were also the first to restore. Therefore, I like these crises. I like stress in the market because it tells me who are the strong coins or shares. But in this case, it's about the coins. And the strong ones were, and I have a view from my list, okay? And I mean, there are thousands, and I took a 20 out of it, and with some I was very happy. But after this crisis, this triple crisis, there are some that I say, like Boma, they were good for trading, but gosh, they didn't restore. They didn't restore. What do you do with that? Nothing. So I need ones that are strong. Now, strong, that's H-bar. H-bar is strong because there is a lot of history behind it. And although it didn't restore completely, I had something like, that is still a top. And then, of course, LMWR. I read it from my notes, you see. For my perfect handwriting, I prefer that than instead of the computer, because in the computer I have so much things already up that my Chrome has problems and says every time you have not enough memory, while I have 16 gigabyte, but okay. So I keep this stuff here. I have a quick overview. Quickly I can see that one. And how is it with that one? And that is LMWR. It's really great. Keep that one in mind. And then we have Mocha. M-O-C-A. Not with Mocha, with double C, one C. I like that font. And it is really, there is not much trading, certain moments, but it's a good one. And yeah, that was my list of keeping an eye on things. And then I have, of course, my virtual. They are so good. Really good. Keep an eye on virtual. ENA, E-N-A. Really fantastic. really, I can only say it's really fantastic. It's a beautiful fund. There's also a lot behind it, but when you saw how strong it went through these triple crisis of the last 2 weeks, fantastic. That's the coins you need. All the other ones that went 30, 40% down and crawling up and still 10, 20% below where the others are, forget those. Okay? How beautiful they ride over it. They are simply not strong enough. If you want to have a top 5, top 6 in your portfolio, you need strong ones. And you can say, yeah, but that one is also nice and that one is nice. Yeah, well, you occupy your money, what you can put in a virtual or in INA, and there it grows. And then the other ones, yeah, it will grow. Next year, end of the year in December, you will say, I got 80%. Great, on a year basis. That's 40 times better than whatever bank will give you for whatever. Okay? Most of the time you have to pay the banks nowadays. But you can do much better. All right? So, let me see. And then I have FED. Now, FED, I sold half of it. I know it's a good fund, but I sold half because I saw something else. And that's really fantastic. And I'm not saying that you have to follow me, no? Please don't. Yeah? And if you do, it's your own responsibility. Yeah? Because, hey, who is me? But I'm analyzing, and this was so fantastic, these 2 weeks that other people were in stress, and I had something like, oh no, look that one, and look that one, and look that one. That is a disaster. That is great. Keeps it up. Great, fantastic. That's what we need. And that is so useful when you have a triple crisis like this, because when a fund 3 times doesn't show what you need to see, that it's strong, and it doesn't show it, dump it. Very simple. So check your coins. What did it do the last 2 weeks compared to others in percentage? Yeah, how much it went down or up? Yeah, that's it. Don't look to the other percentages, because percentages, they, sometimes I look like, hey, look there, 12%, and I'm looking at something like, well, where is that 12% coming from when I see the chart? I don't see it. I don't see it. And I think we need a kind of international standard, because when it's like, okay, the last 6 hours from your local time, or the last 6 hours from Greenwich time, or the last 6 hours from US time, you name it. They're all different, and I have something like, I keep always Greenwich time. Yeah, maybe a little bit old-fashioned, but that's it. And then where I'm living in Nicaragua, fantastic country. Yesterday we had a little bit rain. Great. I loved it. My garden became wet, and it was needed. And then nothing, and today the sun is shining again, and the bananas are growing. Great country to live. So what did I do with half of the FED money? Because that was the question. And the FED was VET, Victor, Eduard, Theodore. I took it because I saw MOVE, M-O-V-E, the V from Victor, MOVE. And I looked to that coin the last 2 days. I didn't have it on my list yet, but I looked at it and I thought, wow. And then I checked it yesterday and I thought, wow. And it went, let me see, where did it went? Where did I bought it? Let me see. 98. It went from 95, 6, 7, 8, and I saw that in 20 minutes, and I thought, wow, impressive in that market. And what is behind it is also good, okay? So I thought, you know what? I jump in. Told my friend Brody. He said, Brody, move. Nah. Well, he wanted to move something, but he didn't want to move. Yeah, well, that's his thing. And what happened? There went move. And within a half hour, it was 10 points up. And I could sell it. And I said, I'm not selling it. Wrote he to me like, you don't want to take profit? He said, no, you don't want to take the profit out? I said, why should I take shares out of coins out when they're doing well? Why should I take 10% out? Let it nice grow. There's nothing wrong with it. And it went down, and it went down again to that where I bought it for 98, and later it became 1.4, and it's around there. I don't know at this second, but it was around there. And I thought, great, fantastic, goodbye, stable, and let's see what happens today. I hope that the market stays a little bit peaceful. There is a lot of trading going on. I saw a little less from the institutionals. That was maybe the reason of that it went down. Less bulk buy, more from people like you, and so let's see. But so this is at this moment that I say these are these learning moments. Take advantage from crisis. Don't go out, but select. Select right after that. You say that one is really bad, and I thought it was reasonable, but now you know it's bad. Out. Dump it. Really. Have the courage to do those things. But don't dump everything. I had one person telling me, I sold everything. He said, and now? Yeah? A couple of hours later, everything was 10-15% higher. You missed that 10-15%. You still have your money. And I'm honestly, it could also have been going down again. Okay, it can go today down. I don't know. But there are two strong things. This reminds me so much on 89 with all these shares from Silicon Valley and how those went in that time. I mean, everything was growing. It was fantastic. Yeah, and that's what we need. Man. And it's like this at this moment with these things. This is then the new wave of technique. And in that time it was all these tech firms, and it was great, and they initiated a period of new technical know-how, and it's happening now. It's AI and blockchain. And all the interactions, what you can do with that, if it's Web 1, 2, 3, I don't even know if there is a Web 1, but I know there is a Web 2 and 3. And so I suppose there is also a 1, right? And I don't know what that is. Okay, but it's customer related, okay? And that's something else as, for instance, when you see XRP, that is more like financial world related, okay? There is the financial world. And then you have some who are concentrated on fees and how that has to be handled. And there are others like, how can you buy something, yeah, with crypto? And they're all in development. And there's a huge, and there is working together. Hedera works, I think, now together with XRP, and it's great. And I still don't understand that at least XRP is $5. It should be there. When you see how much good news came, yeah, and forget that Powell from the central bank. All BS, really. That's the pure market manipulation. The central bank in the US will have next year, already has, but doesn't want to talk about it, has a lot of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the new gold. It's the new asset. Yeah, assets go from this to this to this, depending on the time period. And it's Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the asset, yeah? And the XRP, the RL USD, that is the new dollar. That's the new dollar. And yes, there is competition. There is competition from China, and there is competition from Russia and the BRICS. Okay? China has its own digital coin, wants to keep strict control on these movements. I understand that, because they don't want to have interference internationally in their country. Didn't do good in the past, so they have a little bit like, stay here, we do it our own way. And let's be honest, I mean, when there is some country in the world where you see an incredible growth, and an incredible growth in know-how, it's China. And Europe and the States are far behind. I saw yesterday a video person saying, and we are in front of this, and we are in front of this, and the US is leading, and I don't know in what world those people live. I know where they live. They live in the USA and never looked over the borders. But I tell you, if it's construction, if it's IT, if it's AI, China is the lead. Yeah, up to all these processors, yeah, very advanced, quantum computers, you name it. They're incredible. Construction, how can you construct a hotel in 48 hours? They do it. Yeah, so underestimate your competition and you lose. That's how simple it is. Now, so in the international world, there is a 1.5 billion, 1.5 billion living in the Western world. And the rest, at 6.5, 7, lives further away. Latin America, Africa, East, Far East, Middle East, whatever East. And they are that is such a huge market, and every country that underestimates it will have a problem in the future. Because these markets, take simply Nigeria in Africa. It's incredible, that country, economically. Incredible, yeah? And there are more African strong countries, yeah? And they're underestimated like, African country. So, again, to the crypto. You have, for instance, also, I think it's Nigeria-based, Monon or something. That is, let me check that other phone. I have it on here. Put my secret code in there to open it. No One's. That is an African-based company. It looks almost like a design from the years 80. From the start of gaming, and actually it's nice. It's simple, and therefore it's very quick. So again, the top list, I just told you the top list. Keep an eye on them. ENA, FED, MOVE, I repeat them, and HBAR, LMWR, and of course Mocha. Those are in my top at this moment, and don't follow me. Do your own thing. Investigate your own thing. Yeah. And yesterday I gave some to Rody, and Rody said, well, that one I saw this, and that one, well, I saw that. I said, great, scratch it. Yeah. All people have their own responsibility when it comes to option shares, their finances. It's your own responsibility. And I really hope that you're doing well. So for today, enjoy your day and see you later.